Okay, hello and welcome back again, my friends. And first of all, my name is Beslin Petrus Amenta and my student ID is 20030500049, and I came from English Education K1. And on this occasion, me give you an explanation about my journal. So the journal that I have researched is the title is The Effectiveness of the English Conversation to Improve Students' Speaking Skills, that have been written by Lalu Suparman in STIT Palapa Nusantara, Lombok, Nusa Tenggara Barat. So here is the journal. So the abstract is the study was aimed to examine the effectiveness of the English conversation to improve students' speaking skills, focusing on whether English conversation effective in speaking skill and how is the effectiveness of the English conversation to improve students' speaking skill. So the research that have been written by Lulu was designed in pre-experimental, pre-test and post-test research, where the research only applied the English conversation to experimental group that consisted of 20 students. So the sample of the study was taken by using cluster random sampling technique, and it was taken randomly of 148 second grader students of MTS Negeri Mas Bagik. As the population of study, the gaining data of pre-test and post-test was taken by requiring the students to make and practice a conversation in front of the class based on the material that was learned before. And later, the pre-test and post-test data was analyzed by using descriptive statics and paired sample to test the hypothesis. So, the introduction of the journal. The language is one of the most important things in communication, and it is used as a tool communication among the nation in all over the world. Language is the communication by voice in the distinctively human manner, using arbitrary sounds in conventional ways with conventional meanings. So language is a set of symbols being used mainly for communication. The symbol may be spoken or written, and language is an aspect of human behavior. Uh, the English language has become an international language. Among nations, it serves a language frank. It is spoken, learned, and understood even in those countries where it is not native language. So English is playing a major role in many sectors, including education, medicine, engineering, advanced studies, business, technology, banking, computing, tourism, etc. As a result, English is being taught and learned around the world as second language today. In Indonesia, English is considered as the foreign language and taught formally from elementary school up to the university level in the form of 4 skills. There are 4 skills is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. The 4 language skills of listening, speaking, reading, and writing are all interconnected. Proficiency in English skills is necessary to become a well-rounded communicator, but the ability to speak skillfully provides the speaker with several distinct advantages. So the capacity to put words together in a meaningful way to reflect thoughts, opinions, and feelings. In the context of English language learning, however, there is a problem which students have been aware for a long time. It is the problem of the students who structurally competent but who cannot communicate appropriately in speaking. So in order to overcome this problem, the writer give the process to involve in fluent conversation need to be dealt with the developed speaking skill. It is a technique of English conversation. This time I will speak about the methods of this journal. A is research design. To know the effectiveness of the English conversation to improve students' speaking skill, the design of the study was pre-experimental method with one class which established the regular instruction to one group by the treatment of English conversation. So the group have been given the pre-test before treatment, and after the treatment, the group will be given post-test to find out the effectiveness. The B is population and sample. B.1 population of the study. The population of this research was at 8th grader of MTS Negeri Mas Bagri in the academic year 2017 to 2018. So the number of population is 148 students consisted of 5 classes. Second, sample of the study. The number of the sample and the respondent was 28 students were chosen 8 by using cluster random sampling technique. The method C is data collection. C.1 is variable identification. A independent variable was conversation. B dependent variable was speaking. 2.2 is variable definition. There are A conversation. The conversation is informal talk involving 2 people or a small group of people. And B is speaking. Speaking is productive skill that can be directly and empirically observed. Those conversations are invariably colored by the accuracy and fluency. While the writer also states that speaking is product of creative construction of linguistic strings. The speakers make choice of lexical structure and discourse. And the last, number 3, descriptive statics. The data was analyzed by using descriptive statics to analyze the gaining data. I will read for you the result and discussion about this journal. So the result is the finding of the study was description about the effectiveness of the English conversation to improve students' speaking skills. The data of pre-test and post-test was gained from the experimental group by using English conversation, which consisted of 28 students, and the score interval that were used to determine students' speaking skills was 4 to 15. So the minimum score was 4 and the maximum score is 15. And based on the data gained, the highest score on pre-test was 10 and the lowest score is 4, which means the mean score or the average is 7.21, standard definition was 3.16 and variance was 9.95, while on post-test the highest score was 15 and the lowest score was 6, with the mean score was 9.25, standard deviation was 2.77 and variance was 7.67. So in this research, the meeting was conducted for 10 times, 6 times meetings from treatment by using English conversation, and 2 times meeting for pre-test, and the last 2 times meeting for the post-test. While the mean score of the post-test was 9.25 and the standard deviation was 2.77. So it means the result of the post-test was higher than pre-test, while the result of t-test by using paired sample t-test showed that the English conversation was significantly effective in speaking skill to 8th grader of MTS Negeri Mas Bagri in the academic year 2017 to 2018. The purpose of the learning. The purpose of the learning language is to be able to communicate whether in oral or written form. This natural way communication can be applied in speaking class by doing question and answer. And the term question and answer was not focused on difficulty level of material communication, but it was focused on comprehending the material of communication. The conclusion and the implication. So the conclusion about this journal is the result of this study was the mean score of the post-test was higher than the pre-test, and the result of the t-test by using paired sample t-test showed that significance value level was lower than 7.05. It means that the English conversation was significantly effective in speaking skill for the 8th grader of MTS Negeri Mas Bagri in academic year 2017 to 2018. And the implication of the journal is, based on the result of the study, it is suggests that in applying English conversation in teaching and learning process, teachers should pay more attention to the students' skill in making conversation with their friends. The second is the implementation of the English conversation in teaching and learning process. make the student become more active in the class.